Yes.
Hello, this is Kaohsiung Girls Senior High School and Ritsume High School. Today, we'd like to talk about quality education.
Have you seen a classroom without a roof, lights, or a blackboard? Perhaps even just located beside debris. It's hard to imagine what it's like for students to focus and learn properly in a classroom under these conditions. However, this is a situation which a country just hit by natural disaster may face. On September 21st, 1999, a destructive earthquake occurred in Taiwan, causing 2,400 deaths, the collapse of many important buildings such as hospitals, tremendous damage to electrical infrastructure. In addition, nearly 700 schools were also destroyed.
12 years later, the Tohoku earthquake hit the east coast of Japan, triggering a large tsunami and causing a nuclear disaster. The disaster resulted in a life-threatening situation in which over 10,000 people died and many children were evacuated. These are just two examples of how environmental threats, especially earthquakes, affected the right to education. Since there's no accurate prediction about the occurrence of earthquakes yet, tough situations like this will continue in the future.
Therefore, to give an overview of education after earthquakes, our presentation will include the following parts. First, consequences of natural disasters. Second, impact of earthquakes on education. And lastly, our suggestions for solutions.
According to the United Nations, SDG number 4 ensures inclusive and equitable quality education and promotes lifelong learning opportunities for all. So, we can say that protecting children and getting them back to school is significantly important for them. However, there are many countries that suffer natural disasters, and the citizens living in the stricken areas may not be able to get education. Since we're living in countries that are prone to natural disasters like earthquakes and typhoons, we focus on Target 7. Since Japan and Taiwan are among the world's 10 most earthquake-prone countries, we want to highlight the impact of earthquakes. How will an earthquake affect education?
When a massive earthquake occurs, firstly, it affects residents' lives. In areas affected by emergencies, they lose access to clean drinking water, food, and healthcare. Also, they will obviously lose their safety and daily lives. Therefore, it is hard for them, even just survive, to match their stricken education. Although they want to get educated and pursue their dreams, they can't do this because the schools are damaged. Without education, it is difficult to achieve their dreams. As a result, they risk losing their futures. According to UNICEF, there's a lack of teachers for children who attend school during emergencies, with an average of 70 students per teacher. Also, since they have deep emotional wounds, it takes some time for them to strengthen their mental well-being. All these reasons result in a low quality of education.
So, to ensure quality education for school children in such circumstances, we have come up with some solutions. The following are what governments, organizations, and people can respectively do for help. As for government, there are two main measures that can be taken to handle the situation. One is to assist the victims financially in building shelters and temporary schools, and the other is to provide relief supplies and daily necessities so that the life of victims can go back to normal as soon as possible. Because after such huge destruction, victims are in need of a large amount of daily supplies, and only when the physical problems have been settled, the children will be able to continue their education again.
There are not only governments can give us a hand, but also the organizations which can provide a safe temporary learning space and provide school materials and psychological support, and the most important, to reconstruct the damaged classrooms. Save the Children and Plan International are both organizations which can help us out from the destructive tragedy.
So what can we do as people who have not been affected by the disaster?
In the disaster area, it goes without saying that the educational supplies decrease, but the number of teachers who teach children also decrease significantly. People can donate or raise money, but it is not possible for children to get a quality education if there are no teaching personnel who are essential. So we have two ideas now. One is to send people who can teach to the disaster area. For instance, retired teachers or college students can help with the shortage of teachers in the disaster area. Or creating a project in which active teachers go to the disaster area to support them would be one good way. Another is to provide educational opportunities for children through digital devices. With this method, many children can receive education at the same time and continuously, even if there are not enough schools and the teachers in the field, as long as they have digital devices. Non-victims of disasters can provide educational support by becoming teaching personnel to help with digital teaching. In order to realize this method, it would be necessary to advance the digitization of education more than ever. We believe this could be the key to providing all children with equal and high-quality education.
WB once said, education is not the feeling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. Although disaster could be heartbreaking, but the collaborations and the empathy of all people around the world can contribute to the sustainability and quality educations for learners. Furthermore, to achieve the long-term goal of sustainable quality education, we must be united to guarantee that all the learners get the education they deserve. And the most important, we need to keep the fire burning.
No one should give up their dreams.
Because of unequal education!
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.